Hi everybody, give me a minute, I'll be right with you. Just trying to make sure that we are all up to par and getting everything set up. So, you don't know how hard it is sometimes to get everything set up and to get going on everything. But I know I can do it. Um, as I'm setting up here, let me see if I can center myself in the camera here. Um, well, we've been live for about a minute now, and just to let you know, my name is David Keith Langford Jr. You can call me Keith, that'll be fine too. Um, I am the host of the show. I do pretty much all this on my own, and I've been finding out freelancing this a little bit without any script and everything. It's a little bit easier. Just trying to get everything going is a different problem. And so that's what I'm trying to do is right now I'm just trying to make sure that I know that everybody is seeing me and that we're all good to go with everything. So bear with me, please. I swear sometimes you can get things to be booted up and sometimes you can't. There we are. Sometimes you can get things to be booted up and sometimes you can't. There we go. I hope that makes it a lot easier. Alright. Excuse me. Sorry. Again, my name is David Keith Langford Jr. I'm the host of the show, and I'm here to give you some wonderful political news about from that's coming out of Washington, D.C., over other local areas, plus also my home state, California. Just to let you know, there was no comments on the last broadcast. I do hope that soon that we can get some and try to get those read to you. But otherwise, let's go on with the show. In the state of California, there is a recall going on. The recall Gavin Newsom campaign hit their 2 million mark. They are proud of themselves. They are actually getting a lot of people that want to be running for governor. The newest person is Doug Osee. He announced today that he is planning on running for governor for this recall. I think he'll be a good choice. He was in Congress for 6 years. He was also so that basically he does have political history. I think he has a really good idea what we need to do for the state of California, let alone fixing some of the problems or even all the problems that are going on right now. Like, for instance, the really high unemployment rate that the state of California has, the state debt that we have. I think we need to literally get that down. I think we need to be more in the positive. I think we should have a rainy day fund. I think we should also get some projects that really do not need to be going shut down completely. Like, for instance, the high-speed rail. We don't need it. The state does not need it. And we really need to be putting taxpayers' money in other places so that way we can get things running a lot better. Like, for instance, our education. The state of California's education is in the tank. My 3 girls, I have a kindergartner, I have a 3rd grader, and I have a 5th grader. They're still at home doing school. They don't need to be at home. They need to be at a school learning. That's what we want. This is one of the reasons why I was against Gavin Newsom in the beginning. I don't think he was a good choice for the state. I think he ran the state into the ground, and I don't think he will ever be a good person for the state. Another thing I think he'll do good on is our homeless problem. We have a major, major homeless problem, and we need to clean it up right now. And if we don't, it's just going to keep on growing. We need to open up our economy here. We need to get a lot of our small businesses back up and running. I am planning on starting a comic book store, which is a small business, and I know for a fact that it would be really welcomed, because I know a lot of people love comics. I know a lot of people love watching The Big Bang Theory. I know for a fact that a lot of people like watching the movies that deal around comic books, and I'm planning on selling that comic books as well. Shirts, hat, a lot of merchandise. Yeah, I'm going to be probably in a small store, but I think I can do it, and I know I can do it. But going on, if you haven't heard, the stimulus package had been signed by President Joe Biden. A lot of people this past weekend have already started getting their stimulus checks into their banks. Me and my wife, we haven't gotten ours yet. I'm not worried about it. We've been doing well. We have. We're surviving off of what we have. Okay, we have literally budgeted ourselves a lot better, and I know we can keep on doing it. On the other front, the Democrats are planning on raising taxes. They say they're raising the taxes on the wealthy, but the thing is, I know for a fact that they're going to hurt the middle class, the working class, with these taxes. Why? These people need to work. If you keep on taxing them, they're not going to be able to have funds to live off of. In the state of California, they're doing the same thing. They're planning on doing a major wealth tax. And I'm like, why would you want to do that? That's going to drive people out of the state of California, make them move to another state. Elon Musk, he took his whole entire company out of California and moved it to Texas. There's I don't know his name. He does podcastings as well. He took his 75 plus positions and moved it to another state. I think he moved it to Texas as well. A lot of companies are moving out of California because of the high tax rate on companies. And I'm talking about like not your small mom and pops or small business type businesses. I'm talking about your major corporations, like for instance, the waste management. We had the headquarters here in California. They moved to Texas. Silicon Valley still has all their high-tech businesses, but the thing is, pretty soon they're going to start getting up and leaving California because they can't stand the high taxes. If you lower the taxes, you're going to bring people in and you're going to be fine. But if you keep on raising the taxes, people are going to start leaving. On The View, I believe it was today or yesterday, they had Gavin Newsom on. Not on the actual set. It was done by video and cameras and everything. But like one of the ladies on the show literally asked him, why are so many people leaving the state of California? And she literally asked, she gave an example of her sister or her sister-in-law, one of the two. And literally, he did not even answer her question. All she it was the simplest question of them all. Why are so many people leaving the state of California? To my understanding, it's because of the high taxes, because of the homelessness, almost anything and everything that's going on with the state is causing people to move out. The more people that move out of the state, the worse the state's going to get. The more people of unemployment is going to keep on rising. More homelessness is going to happen. I know we can't fix all the problems right away, but I know over time, if with the right governor, with the right members in our state legislation, we can do it. But raising taxes is not the answer. And if we keep on raising taxes, it's just going to keep on pushing people away. Now, I know a lot of you are wondering why I'm saying all this about my own home state. It's because the fact is, it's not fair. It's not fair to our girls, to my girls. It's not fair to any of our kids here in this state. This governor has not done anything right. He lives in literally in a $3.7 million home that sits on 12,000 square foot lot here in Fair Oaks. And he thinks everything is fine. I think he's going to get a major rude awakening when it comes to the fact that nothing is fine. I think he's going to really be shocked that he just lost his governancy and he doesn't know what to do. Last year, he told us, he locked down the whole entire state. He told people to stay home. The funny thing is, guess what he does? He goes out and goes to a birthday party on a very expensive dinner, a restaurant for dinner for his friend. He closes small businesses, mom and pop stores, but he keeps his vineyard open. He also told other vineyards they had to be closed. It's not fair to us that we have to suffer and he gets to have all this luxury items because he's the governor. Governor Abbott of Texas, he's getting fed up with things that's going on in his state, with the open borders policies from the current administration, minors coming across the borderline unaccompanied by their parents, by adults. It's just, and the thing is, there's been so many crossings that the border control can't handle it anymore. The Governor Abbott had to call in, literally had to call in the Texas National Guard to help out. They have a watchtower at the Rio Grande, even as I speak, watching for those that are coming into this nation of ours illegally. Now, going back to Gavin Newsom, this is another thing that really ticks me off. He told all of us citizens here in California that we have to keep our kids home, shut down the schools. But the funny thing is, he allowed private schools and academies to be open so his kids can go and attend school, but my kids can't. They're at home with laptops being taught. How is that teaching? By all means, please tell me, how is that teaching kids what to do? How to grow? How to nurture their brains the right way? It's not. It doesn't work that way. They need to go to a school. In the state of Florida, the governor there, he has everything open. He's had everything open for months. I think he even had things open for almost a good year. And their kids are being taught wonderfully. Governor Abbott just announced that he's opening up the state completely, 100%, across the board. And I know for a fact that state's going to do a lot better. The more that other states are doing the right thing, the more that this nation's going to get blessed. But if we keep on electing people in office that are just tearing this nation apart, the worse this nation's going to get. As of right now, I feel that we need to have impeachments going on, not just on the president, but also on the vice president, also on the Speaker of the House, and all those that are in office need to be taken out. But I know one of the ways we can take them out is by voting them out, because if we vote them out, we're saying something. Sometimes actions do speak louder than words, and our action is be voting the people that we don't want in office out and putting the people that know what to do and make sure that they do a good job is the best thing. But because currently, I'm going to say this, the current people that we have in there, especially on the left side of the aisle, is not doing it right. And I know a lot of people are getting fed up with it. Today I was reading in my Facebook page, someone had decided to put something in there about about this nation. And there's a line in here, and it's also in a movie called The National Treasure. And it's it is in the Declaration of Independence. Yes, the original, the very first film did talk about the Declaration of Independence. Let me see if I can make sure I get the right one. Now, the Constitution does prevent this from ever happening. But I think this is the best thing to say. And I still can't find it. Because I think this is what needs to be said, and I think we need to hear it right now. Oh, where is it? It talks about throwing off government when someone has the ability to do so. Oh, here it is. There we go. I think I found it. And this is what it says. And I'll take it from here. That to secure these rights, governments... Oops, maybe I was wrong. Wrong spot. Here we go. But when a long train of abuse and usurpations pursuing inviolability, ability, the same object evidence and designed to reduce them under absolute despotism. It is to their right, it is their duty to throw off such government and to provide new guards for their future security. Such has been the patient sufferances of these colonies, or our nation, and such is now a necessary which constrains them to alter their former systems of government. The history of this presents, in short, if someone has the ability to do something, go and do it. And in this case, I suggest that we try to vote those that we want in there that will do the job that we asked them to be voted in for. That's for the House of Representatives, your state and local governments, the Senate, even as high as the President of the United States. Now, I know that I'm not a good reader. I know I probably stumbled a little bit during while I was reading that part of the Declaration. But I do hope you understand what I'm saying. I would like to thank you all for watching and listening to me. I do hope that you all have a good night, and hope to read some of your wonderful comments that I can present during the show next week. I will be on again at the same time next week. Have a good night.